First, my colleague from Vermont, Bernie Sanders.
Thank you, Bonnie, and I want to congratulate you for your continued leadership in this area. I get around the state of Vermont a whole lot, and I talk to many people all over the country. And what people are saying to me is that in this country, the richest country in the history of the world, there is something very wrong that 43 million Americans have no health insurance at all, and millions more are underinsured. And as Bonnie Frank just indicated, it makes no sense at all to be talking about putting another $110 billion into the military, as the president would like, or even worse, 140 plus into the defense, as the Republicans want, when millions of people have no health insurance, millions of more have inadequate health insurance, and tens of millions are unable to afford the prescription drugs that they desperately need. It makes no sense to me to be spending $100 billion a year defending Europe and Asia against non-existent enemies, when in this country we have by far the highest rate of childhood poverty in the industrialized world, when we have over 20% of our kids living in poverty, when senior citizens all over this country cannot afford basic needs like keeping their homes warm or paying for their out-of-pocket health care that they need. The two basic issues are, number one, given the end of the Cold War, given the collapse of the Soviet Union, does any sensible person really believe that we need to spend billions and billions more on the military? Does any sensible person believe that our military posture should be to simultaneously be fighting two wars without any allies to protect us, despite all of the money that NATO spends? And I think the obvious answer is no. There is enormous waste in the military right now. We all know that. We all know that pork is rampant, where various districts get money for the military that is not needed. So the truth of the matter is, we can have the strongest defense in the world. We can raise the pay and the benefits that our military does need, but you don't have to spend more money on the defense or the CIA or the intelligence budget to do that. But the most important point that I want to make is that we have got to get our priorities straight. We cannot continue to cut back on Medicare. We cannot continue to have Medicaid paying, in my state, about 1/3 of the normal reimbursements that physicians and hospitals get. We cannot continue to have millions of people spending 50, 60% of their limited incomes on housing at the same time as we cut back on affordable housing. In this great country, what we have got to do is make sure that all of our people have a decent standard of living, not continuing to cut on the needs of working families, senior citizens, veterans, low-income people, and then say to the military, hey, we can give you everything you need and then some more. So I think for those of us who believe in insane priorities in this country, for those of us who believe that every American is entitled to a decent standard of living, we have got to stand up and oppose this outrageous proposal to increase military spending. Thank you very much.